This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020, and it's the Relevant Podcast. Here in Orlando, I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, it's Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Austin, Texas, author, podcaster, a new author. Wait, next week, October 1st, you're releasing a new book. So we'll talk about it more on next week's show. Jamie Ivey.
Hey, guys.
Sorry. See, look at that. I was doing show notes in your intro. She has a new book coming out October 1st, everybody. Go follow her for all the info. She's posting a lot about it, but she'll talk about it on this show next week. All right. And from Nashville, Tennessee, artist, producer, mogul, Derek Minor.
Hey.
Who, if you listen to Friday's show, speaks for every black person in America.
Period. No questions asked.
I'm so glad to have your voice here, Derek.
Yeah,
we're
absolutely.
all. It's like
for
I'm like
everyone.
Voltron of black voices. Like they all just come together in me into one Megazord.
Dude,
Does that mean on this show I speak for every woman?
well, if you claim it, he claimed the crown.
I
He took
claim
the
it.
crown. You got to claim the title.
I'll pass on it.
You have to take the title. Like no one's gonna give it to you. So
No one's gonna give it to
you. Gotta take it.
So, okay, it's Tuesday. We're coming off after the weekend. And you know what's good about the weekends now? We're coming into fall. Sports is back. Are y'all watching football and stuff? It's weird with no crowds, but
My kids had their first scrimmage on Friday.
Oh, wow.
well, there you go.
That's
I'm
awesome.
so excited.
Derek, are you a football guy?
Not really. I'm not a big football guy. I'm not gonna even lie. I'm basketball all day.
NBA playoffs are in the conference finals right
Yeah,
now.
it's a good time.
It's just a prime time, considering the how long it took for us to get back to any sort of sports. I'm very happy right now.
And I've been very interested in the evolving conversation around, the national anthem and demonstrations, and, different teams throughout the weekend chose, kind of different ways to express themselves during that portion of the game.
Right.
There are players who decided to take a kneel during the national anthem. Other players decided to
take a kneel. That's a
take
new
a
phrase.
knee.
I've never heard it. Take a kneel.
Take a knee.
What are you doing? I'm just taking a kneel.
Other teams opted to, stay in the locker room and not come out till after. But it kind of got me, and I feel like we've discussed this a lot. Like I think, the players who are using that as a way of raising an awareness and using their platform to express concerns about racial injustice, I think it's very important. But it also kind of got me just thinking about the idea of a national anthem anyway. Like I was sitting there watching football and I've been thinking about, I was like, can anyone just acknowledge, like, no matter what someone thinks about this, it's weird that we all just sing somberly before things happen. Like, could you imagine being in a business meeting or any other setting? Like our idea about the national anthem is so weird if you just looked at it in a vacuum. Okay. Like forget your history with it. Like if you're just like, hey guys, great meeting today. Listen, before we kick things off, I was wondering if we could just sing like a song together. And someone's like, well, what are we going to sing about? The city. Let's sing a song about the city we're in, right? Like, it's so weird that everyone just comes together and decides to sing about
you're making a statement,
the
Jesse.
country
You're making a
before we play
statement.
games. I'm not making a statement about it. I'm just saying,
You're making a statement about it.
I'm not. I'm just saying
It makes sense
vacuum,
at the Olympics. The Olympic sports, it would make sense.
But it doesn't. Well, I guess kind of. But like, what other
No, it
setting?
doesn't. No, it does at the Olympics because you're representing a country at that.
But why do we do it with a song? Like, isn't that weird to anyone else when you think about a vacuum where everyone gets together like, oh man, we're going to have a great day today. Can we just sing real quick? All right, everybody. 1, 2, just about where we are. Come on. 1, 2, 3, just everybody. Like, I'm not making any, I'm just saying it's a weird idea to just start things by singing.
What if we did that at work? Like, what if Jesse pulled up and was like, my name is Carrie. I'm a Carrie. I represent my family on the show.
I record on Zoom. Everybody, come on. We got to get started here. Please, we're singing. This is what we do. We sing before stuff. I've done it my whole life. It's just been very normalized, the idea of singing. And again, it's not about about even just the national anthem. It's just the idea of everyone just hanging out and decide to stop hanging
nothing
out
to do
for a
with
minute, so
football.
we sing. And, like,
about an unrelated topic. I mean,
Yeah, about
honestly,
something
it's not
that's
like
not
a song
related.
about football. It's not a song about basketball.
It's not like a musical where
Yeah.
a chimney sweep just pops out and does exposition on the plot, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, here comes the nanny right down the road. Like, oh, he's singing the songs. I know what's going on. You know, this isn't Hamilton. This
I
is
could see,
everyone
like-
just singing.
It would make more
soc-
sense if we sang our school song.
Yeah. At soccer matches, they have songs for their team, and like do
This
that
isn't
stuff.
a chant.
That
This
makes
is-
sense.
This is
Yeah.
a song that we all just sing together. And again, and I'm not saying anything, I'm not even saying anything
you're
about
gonna make somebody so mad,
I'm not
Jesse.
even talking about our national anthem. I'm talking about just any. This goes to any that we just decide to sing before stuff.
Who kicked that off? I want to know who did the first national anthem.
Who's the first one who was like, "Hey, dude, we got all these. We got like 50,000 people here. Everyone's really jazzed. You know what we should do? Get everyone real quiet for a minute and sing a song just about."
How do you feel about the Pledge of Allegiance at like elementary schools before they start their school day?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it in the same sort of vacuum. You know what I mean? I was just thinking about like the song, like other than church, which right now is where I assume a lot of people are doing virtually. I don't know when
a lot are back to normal.
When else are people singing? Like, when else did just a bunch of people come together and be like, hey, can we just sing together?
Birthday parties.
Happy birthday.
That's
But
true.
at least it makes sense, though. You're singing a sentiment to
To
the person
somebody.
you're honoring.
Yeah.
So this how I
I
imagine
think
it
you're onto
happened.
something, Jesse. Is this is a
Yeah,
much
I
bigger
do.
conversation about this whole nationalism
Dude.
stuff. Like this is
Yeah.
like this goes deep.
But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, what about what? Like, imagine this. Like, it's I don't know when people started doing anthems or whatever, but it's two wars. One nation on the other side, another nation on the other side, and then some guy that's leading the charge just bust out singing. Like, that would be crazy. Like, charge, and then he just bust out. Give me that in A flat real quick.
Well, even
Well, they
like in
did
the
have
Bible.
that. They had the music people went out first.
The trumpets. Yeah.
Yes.
That's weird too. And like, look,
You
and
can't
this-
fight. You can only play a trumpet.
yeah, it's
Go
like,
first.
dude, I'm part of this ancient, Spartan team, and they're like, sweet, what do you got? Oh, you're gonna be like way out ahead of everybody, blowing a horn and in tune.
With no weapon, bro. We giving you a trumpet, dog.
But
Hold on
real
to
quick,
this.
will that like let them know we're coming? They're like, yeah, but you're singing. Yeah, it's a song. I mean, what we got to do with a song? Just march out there. You got the Spartan warriors behind you. No big deal.
I do believe that it is historically factual to say that the horns, the bugle boys, were actually doing things to help communicate like different things back to the troops.
Okay.
Like they're making calls almost like an earpiece in a quarterback's helmet, right? They're making calls to the troops. That's what the bugles were for.
It wasn't
I
just to
believe.
make a joyful noise before
I
the war
don't think they're out
starts.
there just kind of having a party and then we're going to kill you. I don't think that it was
That would
like
make
that
sense,
kind of a vibe.
Cameron. That would make sense.
I just would know if I was someone in those times, you know, and I was like, all right, where do I get my, spear or whatever? And they're like, oh no, dude, we got you this little drum and you're going to wear it like a little child and you're just going to march around playing the drum.
Hey,
I think that was a
can
pace thing.
Can I
like
say
a
this real
marching
quick?
thing.
And I might get in a lot of trouble for
Please.
this, and I might text you later, Cameron, and say, please take this out.
Oh no,
But
it's not going to happen.
when I go to events and they do the national anthem and they're like, everybody stand,
Yeah.
put your hand on your heart. Like I will sing the song, I will say the song, but I have a really hard time putting my hand over my heart because I
Yeah.
feel like I am
That's a
not
Jesus thing.
giving allegiance to anything besides Jesus.
Amen.
That sounds real churchy, and you take some heat for that when you say that out loud. But
Yeah.
I just can't physically say I'm dedicating my entire life to the United States of America. I can't do it.
Not
Yeah,
in the
I'm
black
with you.
community. We like, look, do you. Whichever way you want, bro. If you,
Am I going to get in trouble for saying that?
No, you
I
won't.
don't think so.
You know
No.
the worst thing is in the playoffs when you're playing the Raptors, you have to sit through 2 songs.
Oh,
my goodness.
Canadian.
Yeah.
They don't do it in the regular season, but during the playoffs.
It's not really about any particular country's propensity to do this.
It's just
I'm just saying what other time of life are you singing? If I was like the prime minister of some like tiny country, right? That was only going to send a couple athletes to the games, I would make sure they dominate and that they medal so that we can do our national anthem, and I would make it like 15 minutes. And just make the whole world, will know us because our national anthem is 15 minutes and it's mostly falsetto. You know what I mean? Like,
it'll make the news. Hey, we have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, worship leader Anna Golden joins us. We'll talk to her about music and worship and stuff, but we also talked to her about what she wishes men understood about women in leadership and a lot more. So you don't want to miss that. Anna Golden. We also have slices and your feedback at the end. Last Tuesday, Jesse talked about the big hole that he's very excited about getting to the bottom of. We asked you what mysteries you want to get to the bottom of. You did not disappoint. That's some great feedback coming up. All right, well, stay tuned. Up next, it's Slices.
Oh, you need to wake up. Can't tell you this love here. Just like my parents' house, I've become a visitor.
You're listening to Of Monsters and Men. The song is Visitor. It's about aliens. Okay, it's time for
Slices.
What do you have, Jesse?
all right. I know last week or on a recent show, I talked about how space is super boring and lame.
You forget the new frequency. You forget what show. We're doing a lot of shows now.
I know. And I know it came out recently. That's all I know. And I found a story that is about space and I was like, okay, this is, I went down, I did a deep dive. I went down this little rabbit hole and I was up till like 1 a.m. just reading Wikipedia entries, reading all these articles. So recently, the scientists this week, this was a big story, detected a material in the atmosphere of Venus that has led researchers to believe that there could be life on that planet. I'm going to read a piece. This is from CBS News, an analysis. So I'm going to read it briefly and unpack why it's so interesting. Traces of a rare molecule known as phosphane have been found in the hellish, heavily acidic atmosphere of Venus, astronomers announced on Monday, providing a tantalizing clue about the possibility of life. Phosphine molecules on Earth are primarily a result of human industry or actions of microbes that thrive in oxygen-free environment. So when you first read it, you're like, oh, are there factories on Venus? But, you start unpacking it. Evidently, the surface of Venus is the hottest place in the entire solar system. If you were to land on Venus, it's hot enough there to melt lead. And that's largely because it has this...
240 degrees Celsius, I believe.
Yeah.
And the entire atmosphere is like sulfuric acid. Like there's no way that anything could exist there.
Yeah, exactly. Because the greenhouse effect in that atmosphere, it just basically cooks the whole. There's actually a superposition material that's somewhere between gas and liquid. Like it's a physical property that is sort of outside of our realm of understanding right now. That's how hot it is. Anyway, so I'm like, well,
it's a new setting on the Vitamix blenders. You had to hear a Friday show to get that, but yeah.
But so what the implications of this are is, the surface is really hot, but if you actually go up high enough in the atmosphere of Venus, because Venus is about the size of Earth, the gravity conditions are about the same, and it's relatively comfortable up there. I mean, it's about 80 degrees, which is very livable.
That, yeah.
And so.
Jamie
was reading.
will wear a beanie.
I have my beanie on in a fireplace
cool and
and
balmy.
a fire.
And so I was reading these stories and I was kind of disappointed because they're like, if there's any life up there, it's microbes that live in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
But a passing line said, in the past, scientists have thought the atmosphere of Venus was actually good for cloud cities. So there are suggestions that colonizing the atmosphere of Venus would actually be way cheaper, way safer, and way faster than trying to colonize Mars. Because on Mars, you have to acclimate to an alien climate and all these sort of atmospheric conditions, including different gravity settings, which cause like your bones to deteriorate. But what some scientists, including NASA, are looking into is the ability to bring in air from Earth into a structure that would basically be like a big balloon structure, because Earth's air is actually lighter than this top atmosphere of Venus, and they would create a floating city that would be on these kind of big balloons that would be fueled by just air from Earth. And they said it would actually be far cheaper than trying to colonize Mars.
Why? Just float out in space. I mean, like, why do you need to go float above another planet that you can't ever touch?
Well, I think all space exploration is super lame right now because it takes forever. So why do we go to the moon, Cameron?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to float around with Earth air, just go to our moon. Or I don't know, even if Earth kind of like goes to pot, just float above Earth. Who cares? Well, why are you going to Venus?
Well, the answer is basically the human body isn't meant for that sort of pressure. So like either the too much atmospheric pressure or too little.
It's the gravity.
Yeah, exactly. If you were to live,
so floating above Venus would give us a similar gravity,
almost like
what we are here. Yeah.
But if we floated above Earth or on our moon, it would change our bones and skeletal structure because we were built for this gravity pull.
Exactly. It's almost identical.
So we'd float because the air is so much lighter, but we would still have the gravitational pull.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I say we do it. Let's go for it.
Isn't this just what the NBA just did? They just built a city inside of a city. So there you go. It's a bubble.
Here in
the
Orlando.
Venus bubble. The Venus bubble. I'm telling you, it made me, I was like, dude, I wouldn't, the Mars thing, that doesn't sound any fun, right? Like, that's just a big red desert. There's nothing to do up there. Cloud cities, we're talking, who knows?
Jetsons. It's the Jetsons.
It's the Jetsons. It is.
Minus the poles. Like all those buildings were on long poles.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. That was an interesting decision by them to just, like, I know they were doing what's even that little Amos on the Jetsons, like, what's at the bottom of these poles? Why do we go
also,
up? Like,
people falling off? I mean, like, think about it. I mean, like,
this poles seem pretty high.
I mean, if you have to have a pole, it's because you got gravity. I mean,
you got all these clumsy robots rolling around.
Mom.
Yeah.
All right. What do you have, Derek?
So you remember, I don't know how many shows it was ago, but you could rent out the Blockbuster and do an Airbnb situation.
Right.
Well, Fresh Prince, Will Smith, and Jazzy Jeff, they've just teamed up and you can rent out the doggone Fresh Prince of Bel-Air home on Airbnb.
Fun.
That's an Airbnb I can get behind. That'd be legendary.
I would do
crazy.
that.
Like, that's super crazy. So I guess it's for the 30th anniversary of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They got together and you can go to Bel-Air and go get your Airbnb luxury chill on.
The tough thing though is like, it's not at all the layout from the set or the decorations from the set, and so you walk into just some stranger's house.
Well, they made a couple of rooms, like but they put in like old Jordans and like 90s stuff.
Okay.
But the weird thing is, like, you don't have full reign of the house, so that's like implying there are other people living there, and you're just like renting out like, hey, I'm here, man. This is the Fresh Prince house. They're like, yeah, it's actually, they just did the exterior shot here like one day, and they just replayed it a bunch. My family lives here.
It's really like Jan and Doug, and they're like, their kids are off at college.
Yeah.
That's the thing I don't get about Airbnbs. I'm not an Airbnb guy. I don't like the idea of like I'm staying in a room with a family that I don't know. Like, it
we
just
do
feels,
Airbnb a lot.
Yeah.
But you do, like, you buy out the whole building.
Well, yeah, and most Airbnbs that we do, you can tell that that's their main gig. It's not like they went out of town for the weekend and then you're staying in their bed.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's
but
like
there's a lot of
hotel.
Airbnbs like this one, though. You're just getting the room.
Yeah, I'm not down
and the
for that.
family's, the
Nope.
host is still there.
No,
I've done it.
Well, I mean, if you
that's
live
called a
in
mission
the,
trip.
But if you live in a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air house, like you bought it, I just don't, I mean, surely someone lives there. That's pretty expensive rental property to have. Like, I don't think people would just have that as an Airbnb or
Right.
a tap. So I think this is just good for this, the 30th anniversary. I don't know how long they're doing that though, but it's a great
I
marketing
think there were
promo
only
situation.
a handful of dates that you could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie, as someone who does a lot of Airbnb, is it just me or do I get very annoyed by that rule book just waiting for me? It's like, okay, I got it. You just trust me here. I don't need you to tell me. And frankly, I don't need your recommendations for what's in the neighborhood. I'm not going to do any of this. If I'm Airbnb in here, there's a reason I'm here. I didn't just randomly pick to go to this city and hope that the homeowner will leave me tips about where to go. Jamie, what are your feelings about the rule books at Airbnbs?
It's weird because you go into a hotel, there's no rule book. I mean,
No
you just
rule
show
book.
up.
Exactly.
And you
It's just a social contract. Don't smash the TV out the
Thank
window.
you. No
I mean,
one's
that's
having
it.
to tell you you can't smoke in the bed. Like, you just know you can't. And so,
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's fun when they're kind of funny with it. They kind of make a joke about it. So I don't know.
That even annoys me more. I'm just like, just tell me what I can and can't do, okay? And I don't need to know where the new, where the tour of the old factory is in town. Thanks. That's not on my list right now.
I'm sorry. Speaking of jokes and rules, question: how do y'all feel about the Southwest airline people?
Oh my
cracking
gosh.
jokes? Does that just drive you? It drives me up the wall. How do y'all feel about that?
My husband, Aaron, literally, he says, I refuse to fly Southwest Airlines because I cannot handle the jokes. He thinks it's so corny and he hates it so much. I think it's kind of cute.
It bothers me.
I can't stand it either. If I wanted to hear amateur comedy, I could go to their job is to transport me from one city to another, not to go
Safely.
workshop new material about. Man, I haven't flown in a while, but can you imagine all the mask material right now? It would be, guys, can we please joke about something else here? I've heard for years, all you had to work on was seatbelt jokes. And now,
now you got the mask.
at least you perfected those. You're still working them out. You know?
Oh my gosh.
I don't fly Southwest very often, but I got on one once. I went to go open the bin to put away my carry-on bag, and one of the flight attendants was in it.
No.
No,
Yeah,
you playing, bro?
No. She jumped out like, hey, and everybody
gosh.
laughed, and I was like, get me off,
That is not funny. That is
get
weird.
me off this plane.
That is not okay.
She was little.
That seems like that's like the pilot saying, "Hey everyone, this is your captain speaking. Who wants to see me do a loop? Well, something totally undangerous that this plane isn't built for. Anyone? All right."
I would never fly Southwest Airlines again if that happened. To
She
me.
popped out like surprise, and everybody laughed, and I was just like, please get down. Like, this is deeply unsafe. You're supposed to be showing us the safe way to travel. Anyway, all right. What do you have, Jamie?
Okay, I got something real quick. I have a question for you guys first. Who do you think, and you may know the answer to this, who has the most Instagram followers on Instagram? Who is it? Anyone know?
At one point, it was like Selena Gomez or somebody.
I think it might still be Selena.
It's not Selena. It's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh yeah.
oh,
soccer
Ronaldo.
player?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Ariana Grande is after that. Selena is after The Rock, after Kylie Jenner, then there's Selena. But anyhow, Instagram. This show's coming out Tuesday. Last Wednesday, we had some celebrities who basically took a day off of Instagram for this movement called Stop Hate for Profit. It is a campaign that's asking people to not post. This was last week, but it's still relevant today because of what we have going forward in the next couple of months. But Ashton Kutcher, Mark Ruffalo, Kerry Washington, lots of different celebrities are saying they're not posting on this particular day because they want to highlight the fact that Facebook, which this is crazy, earned nearly $70 billion in advertising revenue last year. They're facing a bunch of problems from critics over their indefensible excuses for amplifying division, hate, and misinformation on their platforms. One of the things that most recently happened was Facebook's handling of some online material that happened ahead of the shootings that just happened recently in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Apparently, they made a mistake in not removing a page that belonged to a militia group that called for armed civilians to enter that town. We all know what happened after that, and they only took the page down after one of, I don't know if this armed teenager came from this page or not, but after an armed civilian killed 2 people in Kenosha. We saw that happen a couple weeks ago. So they use exactly kind of what we talked about on Friday about using your power and your platform and your voice. And so all of these celebrities were going off of Instagram, which my first response to this was, okay, it's a day off of Instagram. Like, is anyone going to notice? Who cares? All the things. But I guess I'm taking my own thoughts of what I said last week about Brad Pitt, is that this is a way that they can bring awareness to a campaign called Stop Hate for Profit, which they're wanting awareness because we're in the middle of election season, and they're wanting to hold Facebook accountable for what they're allowing to be on their pages.
Good.
Yeah. I think it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, sometimes it's so complicated too, because social media developed far ahead of any sort, like the development of the technology outpaced any sort of discussion about ethics, which isn't, but because it's like, well, I don't want the phone company listening in on my phone calls and turning off my phone if I'm saying things that they deem inappropriate. Do I want this channel? Do I look at it? Do I look at Facebook as just a tool that people use to communicate, just like my phone? Because I'm not.
But your phone isn't selling advertising.
Exactly. That's where that's the complicating factor that comes in when you inject, like when it's a non-paid service that is profiting off of the message.
Because you can buy messaging services that you pay for in that app, and there's no ads, and you can say whatever you want, but nobody's listening.
Yeah, and so Facebook wants to make a certain case, but yet their revenue implies that they're actually incentivizing, arguments. And so then it just becomes so complicated that, it's obviously they can't allow for the platform to be used, to incite violence.
My gut is that it's gotten too powerful, and like back in the days where regulators would bust up like Ma Bell, the Bell monopoly into AT&T and a bunch of different companies. I think the tech monoliths are going to get busted open and decentralized and regulated. It's inevitable. It's too powerful.
Wasn't this a big thing this summer where they were meeting about this as well?
Oh yeah, it's so complicated, and it would be such a pivot for our society that it's going to take time to figure out what the right direction is. But it's inevitable because it's too powerful and it's making too much money, and very few people can literally have so much consolidated power they can tip the direction of our society, and the government's not going to allow that.
Well, regulate it in what way? Because that's an interesting conversation. Because I'm thinking what could you put in place? Are you talking capping subscribers or?
No, I think it would be a thing of breaking up the side businesses, because like Alphabet, which is Google plus.
Yeah.
Like you would probably decentralize that. Nest would get broken off, whatever. With Facebook, I think it'd be more of a thing of, like they regulate broadcast airwaves, which is a for-profit advertising supported, entertainment medium. They would probably bring Facebook and social media into the entertainment medium regulation. You can't say certain things. You have, fines, So now if I'm going to fine Facebook for the content that is being broadcast through Facebook, Facebook will have to implement moderation and restrictions that are not in place currently.
So put them under the FCC or whatever?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like NBC will get slammed if live broadcast dude drops F-bombs.
Right.
They shut that down. They put in a tape delay, 5-second, Facebook would have to find the social media version of that.
So what you're saying is if there's a group that wants to form this militia, they need to just do that someplace else, is what they're going to come to say.
Well, yeah, it's going to go off into our chats and the fringe web and all that. But at least it won't be in that kind of mainstream place that it is easily accessible now for a lot of people to just stumble into. So. All right, that'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Anna Golden joins us.
Last night I got on your wrong side and it wasn't right. I think that you should know I'm a little by things I'll never see.
You're listening to Hosky. The song is Slow. Well, today's episode is brought to you by podcast creation platform Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor yet, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. First of all, it's free. There are custom tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will then distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and every major platform. The cool thing is you can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Well, Anna Golden is a singer, songwriter, worship leader from Greenville, South Carolina, and she's a worship pastor at Relentless Church. She's collaborated with some of our favorite leaders like Brooke Ligertwood and Kim Walker-Smith, who are both longtime friends of the show, to teach people about creativity in worship. Anna's newest single, Birds, released last month and is based on Matthew 6:25 and 26. Our very own Tyler Huckabee recently sat down with Anna to talk about worship and pop music, what she's been up to during quarantine, and, what she wishes men understood about women in leadership. Here's our conversation with Anna Golden.
You are in a fully rain. You're in every breath I'm breathing. You are in the highest place, but still you never fail to meet me. I'm not here to chase me.
I started as a kid, like showbiz kid, did stuff with Radio Disney as a kid, like all that fun stuff, back and forth to Los Angeles. Any kid's dream that doesn't know actually how that is, living that. But yeah, so I just always had such a pull for ministry. And when I was about 15, I remember being in a hotel room in Los Angeles and just like with my mom, who was my manager, and I was just crying. I was like, I think that this is a lot of pressure on me. And I love leading worship because none of the pressure is on me. And instead of all eyes being on me, it's all eyes pointing to something else. And I just have always felt so comfortable and safe. And I've seen my personal life change through worship. So it's my constant mission and goal to be able to create that atmosphere for the Holy Spirit to move into other people's lives and see their lives change through worship as well.
So I wanna know what it feels like when heaven touches earth and I'm caught in between. I wanna know what it feels like for the glory of the Lord to fall on me. So take me there.
Songwriting is a muscle that basically just needs to be exercised. So I try to physically sit down every single day and write about anything. Sometimes I'll be like, I want a topic, or if I write a worship song, it'll be like flowing out of worship. But I try to make that discipline. So if I have a moment of inspiration, I have the work ethic and I know how to execute it into a full finished work. So like songwriting is like a portion creativity, but a large portion of just doing the work and being able to write it and construct a song that is not only received for creatives, but for a large audience, for people who don't really understand the creative side. So I love just sitting down at the piano and just going off. And sometimes if I have something like in my heart or on my spirit, like it'll be like the middle of the night and I'm like, I feel this, or even right now with everything that's going on, I've seemed to be writing a lot of songs about the peace of God and just things that personally help me. I always say that the way that your body heals itself, like if someone were to cut you and you were to heal yourself, I believe that God gives us gifts and talents that heal us first, that minister to us first. So a lot of times that I sit down at the piano, it's for me seeking fresh water, for me seeking healing, even if that's a song that I did go through a heartbreak and I need to just sing it out. It's a lot of therapy for me.
'Cause your voice is like water running through me, eyes like fire all consuming. You're everything I'm not. You're changing me. I'm open, come and fill me. Your presence is all I'm seeking. You're
believe worship as a whole has evolved so much in church that there are more poetic songs being sang in a corporate atmosphere. I mean, we see it now with like Maverick City songs, and a lot of churches are using those as corporate songs when maybe like 5 years ago you would have heard that and been like, oh, no one's going to sing that in a corporate setting. But I think that those walls are definitely being broken down as far as like a more general, you're seeing worship artists release other songs too, like songs that are like, hey, I just wrote this, and this might not say Jesus or God in it necessarily, but like my perspective was from this holy place. Like, what do you think of it? And I think that if you were to look at anybody's like Apple Music or anything right now, like it's not necessarily going to be only just worship music, right? Like it's going to be like a mix, like we got like Drake in there, like what's going on, you know? But just to see that everybody likes a well-rounded, because music is truly healing. And when you feel seen by what you're listening to, it creates a place of healing and this comfortability to be understood. So I think that it's necessary for people with a biblical base and a Jesus perspective on things to make music for that genre, because it brings a healthy perspective and a better, like, if that makes sense, like getting that side of things from people like faith-based, you just feel more seen.
And I found peace in the chaos. I found peace in suffering. And I found peace in confusion. I found peace inside of me. Oh, and I can finally breathe again.
A lot of men only celebrate women who lead like men. And this, in the sense of a woman who's demonstrative and a woman who grabs the room, right? And sometimes the most beautiful thing about a woman is her grace and her ease, and to celebrate the womanly functions of a woman leader, right? Because God made us all different because we need each other. So just to highlight those aspects of a woman, and to realize that the way that even our country was built, that women did not have rights and did not have a say, and to acknowledge that and to learn that we're not only fighting against the last generation, but we're fighting against the foundation of the country and the foundation of society, and to see and to highlight and just to be aware. Like, you can, being a man, you can kind of be ignorant to it because you don't have to see it as much, and it starts at home. Like, empower your wife, empower your girlfriend, empower your sisters and your mother, and see and just open your eyes to what women have to offer. There's such a difference, and we truly need each other. I'm not like anti-men at any road, right? Like, we truly need the bond. And once like we can come together, and this goes for any sort of cross races and everything, we truly need each other, and to educate ourselves and the injustices between everything. That is the best place to start. Like, just immerse yourself in knowing how and seeing a different perspective of how you can learn how they live their daily lives. That's like the most beautiful thing to do.
They all know you're faithful and you're true. You'll do everything you said you would do. They all know you're lovely and you're just. I know these things, but I must admit that I'm so human sometimes. I know I'm so human sometimes.
That was Anna Golden. Make sure to check out her new single, Birds, wherever you get your music.
In these strange times, stress and fear are changing how we see the world. You may find yourself believing that your situation will never get better, that God wants you to feel desperate and defeated, that suffering is the same as spiritual growth. In his new book, Flirting with Darkness, best-selling author Ben Corson wants to show you how far these little dangerous lies are from the truth. Ben opens up about his own journey through the valleys of uncertainty, depression, and PTSD. But most importantly, Ben wants you to see how God met him at his lowest and showed him that he didn't have to stay in the darkness. You don't have to keep living in survival mode. In the throes of hardship, God wants to bring you peace. Flirting with Darkness will help you to experience God's healing and embrace the fulfillment He has in store for you. Flirting with Darkness is available now. Find it wherever books are sold.
It's all in my head, it's all in my head. It's all in my head. It's all in my
You're listening to Hot Flash Heatwave. Song is Grudge. Okay, it's time for your feedback. Well, last week for the question of the week, Jesse spent 8.5 minutes talking about a big hole in Eastern Europe. And
Fascinating. It was
it's a mystery. 8.5 minutes.
It felt like a mere 20 minutes. To listeners.
What mystery? So it caused us to think about mysteries that we want to get to the bottom of, both figuratively and literally in Jesse's whole case. So we asked you for the question of the week, what's the thing? What's the mystery that you want to get to the bottom of? You hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast, and some of you also messaged us on Instagram at Relevant Magazine. Here's a few of our favorites.
Josh says, why does the McRib sandwich look like it has rib bones inside of it? But when you bite down, there are no bones. I got thoughts because I don't like foods that look like things. I don't like like dinosaur chicken nuggets. It's like,
It reminds me that this was made in a press.
Yeah,
just a mold.
Yeah. And like, here you go. Here you go. And like, even when I watch Chef Table, it's like, what's this little bubble on top of the little flake of Parmesan here? You know, it's like, yeah, just serve me the food. I want it to look like food. Okay, that's a great point, Josh.
Oh my gosh. Michael has a point about food too. He said this whole hot dog bun packaging fiasco. It's been a joke for so long, but why have we still not fixed this? Is that they're not the same amount. You buy a hot dog package and a bun
12
package,
hot dogs, 8
and it's
buns.
not the same. It doesn't make sense. It's like do y'all remember the movie Father of the Bride? Did y'all ever see it?
Yeah.
Remember when he has the breakdown in the aisle? This is what it's over. Why do we not put the same amount of hot dogs in the hot dog bun packages?
One guy at Big Hot Dog could call up one person over a big hot dog bun and just be like,
You
"Hey,
almost
can we just
said
get on the
big
same
buns.
page? Let's meet in the middle here. You doing 8 buns? We're doing 9. We're doing 10 dogs. Why don't we just both do 9? What do you say?"
The problem solved.
Barbecues redeemed.
America's better after that. Campbell Caskey, his mystery, he says, his big mystery, why in the world does Jesse hate space? It's so incongruous with the many of his other interests. Like he thinks air law is great. Just imagine space law. His conclusion is that he thinks it's only to be antagonistic toward Cameron. And I agree.
No, it's because I am a very impatient person and anything with space takes freaking forever. And it's like, I don't have time. I don't have time. I'm like, oh, cool. We're going to go build a cloud city on Venus. And it's like, yeah, it takes 6 months to get there. Okay, I'm out. I'm not spending months on it. I don't like going on an hour car ride, much less 6 months. I'm out. Space, too big.
It's too big. All right, I got you.
My gosh.
How Betty White hasn't aged since Golden Girls. This is an actual
Looks
mystery.
exactly the same.
Yes.
But you could also put Pharrell and Paul Rudd in that mix.
Pharrell. How old is Paul Rudd?
50.
Yeah.
Oh my good, that dude looks amazing. Like you would think he's like 32, 33. Yeah.
Have you seen the side by sides of the 30-year-old Paul Rudd and the 50-year-old Paul Rudd? It's the same dude.
Yeah.
Is he vegan? That's usually the answer. Is he vegan?
Hey, the thing about Pharrell though, he was on that LeBron James HBO talk show, The Shop.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, they were doing like little outtakes and stuff. And one of the guys that was there is a young rapper dude. I forget which artist it was, but the outtake at the end of the show was, hey, while the credits were rolling, hey, Pharrell, for real. He asked Pharrell, he goes, hey, for real, what's like your skincare routine? Because you look really good, man. And like, I'm young, so maybe I could start now. Pharrell goes, guys, the secret is daily exfoliation and moisturizing. So there you go.
That's simple.
There you
That's
go.
simple.
There it is.
Clean,
All right.
cold water, Cold water, daily exfoliation. That's what he said.
I recently just stopped washing my face with hand soap, and that's how far I have to go. Like I would be like washing my face in the morning. My wife's like, "Do you know there's face wash in the shower?" Like, I know, but there's hand soap right here, and I'm
What's
just going
the
to use
difference?
that. Yeah.
I do the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Just a
there's
little
a lot of
dial,
difference.
clean out those pores. You know.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
You just get the dirt off.
Jesse's gonna look like a turnip when 10 years from now.
Dude, we've been saying that.
I think people just looked older
now.
though a long time ago. Like my grandma, I think she looked the same from like 50 to 80. I think she had the same hairdo, the same dress. She looked exactly the same. Like if I pulled up 2 pictures of my grandma, like the Betty White thing, and I had to decide if she was 60 or 80, I'm having a hard time figuring it out. I don't know.
That's true.
You know, I don't know.
People looked older sooner.
Yes.
Back in the day.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Or
They were
that's just because
dressing
we were
old.
kids, you know?
Okay.
It was like, there's a point in the only, we talked this a long time ago. Like, as soon as, like, there's a pool day, this is going to be a very weird reference. We can take it out if this doesn't land. But, like, as soon as like you're hanging out at the pool and like your friend's mom no longer goes underwater, like will always keep the head above water, or like that's the point where it's like, okay, I think they're gonna be this just older adult forever. Like there is a point.
She got her hair done. She didn't want to get it wet.
Yeah, where we had a swimming pool. I don't know if my mom ever went underwater the entire time we had that swimming pool. Like, at that point, it's just like, that's officially an adult, and that's when when you're a kid, just age just stops.
Black women never go underwater. It's like because they look. I'm just gonna let y'all know. Because Jesse, I know you live. If we get to come visit you, do not throw water in my wife's hair. She will literally.
I'm glad you said that because I was planning a big surprise bucket.
Yeah, bro, just
He
don't
jumps
do
out.
that.
He jumps out.
She will.
That's how I greet all my guests, with like a super soaker. So you're saying that's off the table? Okay,
That's off the table.
Plan
I'm
B
telling you.
then.
Listen, all the black women that are listening to Relevant right now, I need you to let them know, what's up with water and hair, because I just don't want any of my white friends to get beat up by black women. 'Cause I just know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Pro tip, yeah.
Ryan
Pro
Albaugh
tip.
says his mystery is, how do people eat candy corn? I like
Corn's
candy
good.
corn.
Me too.
By the fist. That's how we
Is
eat
it?
it.
That's how they
you
eat
just
it.
put it in your mouth and eat it.
Too waxy. It's like I'm eating
What?
tiny. It's like I'm eating tiny candles. I don't do it. I do not
No,
do
it's
it.
like eating little tiny triangle sugar cubes. What are you talking about? Candles.
Period.
It's
Candy
all
corn
waxy.
is lit,
Too
bro.
waxy.
I
All right,
mess
well,
with
there's a lot more where that came from. You should go check it out on the Twitter page. Okay, it's time for this week's. All right, well, earlier we got talking about the Fresh Prince Airbnb that's happening right now, and Airbnb rule books, and sharing the home with the hosts and all that kind of stuff. For this week's question of the week, we want to know your most awkward or strange Airbnb experience. We want to know your best Airbnb story.
Yes.
So there you go.
This is going to be good.
Well, thank you to Anna Golden for joining us today. Make sure to check out her music wherever you get your music. Great worship artist. And follow her on Instagram at Anna Golden Music, Hey, listen, while you're online following Anna on Instagram and downloading her music, head over to relevantmagazine.com. It's all new. We launched a new site a couple weeks ago and continue to roll out big new features. We'll be launching daily devotionals, new newsletters, a lot of stuff for you to check out. The podcast network is there with new players and content. We're adding episode-based content and a lot of stuff. Go check it out, the all-new relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, check out the brand new September-October issue of Relevant Magazine. Yes, it's back, folks. Reinvented for an all-new era. We have a cover story with Maverick City Music, as well as features with the Avett Brothers, Jordan Lee Dooley. We get into the rise of Christian nationalism. It just goes there. It's all the stuff that you like from our print magazine there at relevantmagazine.com. Click on the magazine section. On that note, we'll wrap things up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Jamie Ivey.
And I'm Derek Miner.
We'll see you on Friday. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
Hey everyone, this is your captain speaking. Who wants to see me do a loop?
Relevant Podcast Network.